Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Viva Ent. We're live in the studio. We have our special guest on right now from Memphis, Tennessee, DJ Alex Ward from Sirius Channel 5. Alex, say hello, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
Everybody does that.
I know. Well, you just give it to me, you know.
I guess I do, don't I? I'm here in the studio with Brad Buckles, my co-host. Say hi, Brad.
Good afternoon.
And of course, my excellent producer.
I'm Eric C.C. Ryder. Good afternoon.
You get it, Alex C.C. Ryder.
Yeah, I got that.
And Johnny makes me say that, by the way.
Oh, this is all scripted, right?
Well,
Right.
he's pretty much bribed.
I don't know. The coy smile across his face when he says that would say otherwise.
So, we had a big kick with you on the show last week, and today's kind of, not kind of, but we're dedicating the show to Elvis today, the king of rock and roll. And,
Oh, yeah.
And you're in Memphis. You're going to Graceland right after this phone call, after this interview, actually. And I know you got some great Elvis stories. We talked about the TV thing. I was tickled to hear that story because I had heard the story on Elvis radio too, and so I heard you talking to George Klein.
Yeah.
So
Well, I've got another TV story.
tell us all about it.
Well, this goes back, I guess it would be the late 60s,
Oh,
maybe 1970, 68, 70, something like that.
Mhm.
And I was working for a stereo TV store that had a location in the shopping center right next to Graceland. Just a little bitty, place there, but we sold stereos and we had some TVs. And I remember back then a television was a couple of $100 expense, and it was at the best 19-inch. That was a pretty big TV at that time, especially for a portable.
uh-huh.
And we had a line, I think it was Panasonic, had just made their inroads into the United States, and we carried the line. And it was a good-looking set. It went against the Sony Trinitrons that were out at the time, and they were much cheaper. I think they were $219 for a 19-inch set.
Cool.
And we were less than a block from the driveway. So one day, some guys came down, and Elvis's guys,
Right.
and they wanted 19-inch TV, and so we sold them one. And a couple of days later, they came and got another one. And a couple of days later, they came and got another one. And I guess they got 5 or 6. And one day we just mentioned, said, "Man, you must be putting them all over the house." He said, "No, he's shooting them out every night." And I said, "What?" He said, "He don't like something, he picks his gun up and just blows them out."
Yeah.
And then they said, "He really hates Robert Goulet."
I know. I know.
So how many TV sets did we go through that week?
Well, in a week, I think we sold about 7. Overall, because I was helping buy the things to get them in stock and everything, I think they probably bought around 15 before he finally stopped doing that.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a great story, and the thing is, it's actually a really, really, really true story.
Oh, yeah, I know. I saw it.
He loved guns. He loved badges. And if he got irritated, he would pick up the gun, the revolver, and shoot the TVs out. And I'm wondering how many TVs he blasted in the course of his career.
And that's hard to say. When I was in his bedroom putting in a stereo, that's another story. I saw the guns on his side table beside his bed.
Right.
And there were probably 4 or 5 45s, some 38s, and they were just sitting there right there by his bed.
Uh-huh.
And that was interesting. Tell you another little story. About 67, he bought a ranch
Right.
on the other side of the state line.
In Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. Right across the state line. And I only think he kept it maybe 2 or 3 years. The novelty wore off.
Right.
And since then, it's been sold, and I think they're trying to split it up for some kind of commercial development now. But I've forgotten the name of the ranch they called it.
I think it was. I'm thinking it was a Circle G or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
So
huh?
he had just gotten it in late '66, early '67. At that time, I I was going to DJ school, but I hadn't arrived yet. So there was a mall in the south part of Memphis, Whitehaven, that was the first mall in the whole area. It was called Southland Mall, and it was pretty good. We had a Sears store on one side, and the other end had a Goldsmiths, which was our big department store, like Riches and things like that now, and a whole bunch of stuff in the middle. So it was a major thing. It opened in the summer of '66. For a part-time job, I got a job helping stock it and then working in the electrical department. So one night, winter '67, I think it was February, I was working because I went to college during the day, and at night I worked probably 5 till 9 when it closed, and worked in the electrical department with the lights and the heaters and all that kind of stuff, can openers and things. And we were next to the hardware department, and the next to us was the paint department. Then it went on to clothes and things like that. So one night the manager came around and said, "Can you work late tonight?" Well, yeah, sure. I'd like to make another $3. Why not? So stayed on. They said, "Fine, just don't close out your register. Just stay here, and we'll let you know what's happening." So a little bit later, they came back around and said, "Okay, now Elvis is coming in with his people." And suddenly my ears picked up. Oh, I'm going to make $3 to see Elvis. That's cool.
Okay.
And it said what he's going to do is be taking things. We're going to have a flatbed cart behind him, and anything he wants, you put on that cart and just make a listing of what he's buying. 2 can openers, 3 heaters, whatever. And it's okay. We will charge it on the other end. You just give us the number. Fine. So sure enough, about 9:20, I hear a commotion, and it's in the back of the store. We were kind of toward the back, but hear this commotion, and he's probably got 7 or 8 people with him. Didn't have a girl with him. And he's making his way down the aisle, and he's in the hardware store department first. You can see him. He's got a big leather, kind of a Western jacket with the tassels on it. Mm-hmm. Got a cowboy hat on.
What year was this now?
Early '67.
Okay.
I mean, the dude was just stunning. He was amazing.
Correct. And
all of his buddies are with him. And he's looking through the department, and he's going, "I'll take one of them. Give me one of them. One of them." And his partners were holding up things. Said, "Elvis, look at that." They called him E. E, look at this. Yeah, get 2 of them. So he gets to my department, and they're looking at the heaters, and they got, I think they got 5 or 6 heaters, a couple of can openers. We had really cool electric can openers. We sold light fixtures on the ceiling. He didn't get any of those because you couldn't pull them down. But they bought a couple other things from my department. Went on to paint, which was a quick study. They just went right through that. And then they went on to the rest of the store. So I made my list and gave it to them. And the next morning, when I came in, I think it was a Saturday or something, I don't know. But came in, and in the back of the store where we clocked in, there were 3 or 4 huge pallets of things that he had bought. And it said Graceland, and had the address and the phone number, which I promptly wrote down. Now I've got Elvis's phone number. Hey, it's cool. But they were to deliver all this stuff the next day. He had a riding lawnmower. He had a bunch of tools, the big tool boxes, and a lot of it was going down to the farm because he was equipping the farm for all the stuff he wanted. Yeah, he had the stuff at Graceland.
He must have just bought that ranch/farm.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he was just having a ball down there. He would spend 2 or 3 days down there and then go back to Graceland or spend an afternoon or whatever. But he spent a lot of time down there and enjoyed it. It was just a big, wide open area that had kind of a shacky-looking house on it. And but that's what he wanted, and they fixed it up fairly good. But it wasn't ever brought up to any kind of standards or anything. But that's okay. Mm-hmm. So that's my get close to Elvis story. See what else. You want to talk about American Studios?
That's a real cool story, and right there in 1967-ish is when Elvis's popularity was somewhat slipping, so he was kind of having fun on the ranch and trying to ignore what was going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a great story. Yeah.
And he was just getting ready to start, because the comeback special was right around the corner.
Exactly. Yeah. They filmed it in June of '68 and aired it in December of '68.
Yeah.
So you got some Chips Moman American music stories?
Yeah. What do you know about Chips? Do you know any of his background or anything?
Yeah, I know pretty much everything about American Music Studios.
Okay, Chips came from Alabama.
Uh-huh.
He was a guitar player, and when he got out of the service, he was looking to do something. And he lived in the sticks of Alabama, and I think a friend or a brother of his or something lived up here, and so he came up here to paint. And he started playing some gigs at night, painting houses in the daytime, and eventually he wound up with Stax Records, who was just starting at the time.
Correct.
And helped them build their first studio. Produced all of their first hits for about a year and a half. And he had a mistrust of the lady owner for Stax. He didn't know she was going to be part of it. And there were some, royalty things that he was not happy about. And so he split, got his money, basically some of it, and opened up this thing over on Thomas Street. It had been, I think, a furniture store at one time and a couple other things. It was not in the best section of town then. It's really in a bad section now. The thing leaked. It had rodents in it.
Right.
He didn't have enough money to fix it up.
I heard about it.
He just put some sound insulation in there, got an Ampex or two, some mics, and he knew how to do stuff because he'd done all the early Stax stuff, so he knew how to make a sound.
Sure.
He knew how to produce. He could play if he had to. He got the players from around town, all the great, the guitar players and the bass and the keyboards and blah, blah, blah.
Ronnie
and a couple
Millsap.
of people had put, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he put some people had put some money up, so there was a little bit of flow going. And he was producing things just kind of on the sly. His first hit was Keep On Dancing by the Gentrys.
Right.
And he cut that one night at midnight. They had an all-evening session. The Gentrys were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Went over to...
Keep On Dancing.
Yeah. And that had been done by somebody 2 years earlier, a black group called the Avantis. And it was a much slower kind of beat from 63.
Huh.
And the Avantis played here at all the houses and parties and stuff like that. So they knew it, and Chips and then had publishing on it.
Wow.
So the original lead singer for the Gentrys was not Larry Raspberry. It was Jimmy Hart was one of them. Bruce Bowles was the other one. Jimmy Hart is the guy that went into wrestling. And so they had been singing. Their voices were dead. They needed one more song. And the bass player went home. He said, I got to go to work. He was the older guy in the group. He worked at the railroad at night. So he goes to the railroad. There's no bass. And they said, well, it doesn't matter anyway. And they said, well, why don't you just let Larry sing it? Our voice is dead. It's not going to be anything anyway. So they did. It was a minute and 30 seconds, minute 27 or something.
Yeah.
When they finished it.
Good little tune.
Yeah. But they said it's got to be longer than that. And Chip said, as they're all filing out, don't worry, I'll handle it.
I like the word I'll handle it.
Yeah. Oh, and he did. He spooled a reel onto another reel, open the front again, where it fades down at the end. You hear the beginning again. He just spliced it on. And that's why it comes in at about 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And music dubbing started from that point ever.
That's right.
The early stages of multi-track recording.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was all mono. That's all he had.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
So that was his first hit, and he got some money out of that. The little girl named Sandy Posey.
Yeah, I know the name.
Okay, well, she had Born a Woman, a couple other great songs, and she was a receptionist. She did some singing, did some background singing, but she was a receptionist down there, and she got a chance to do Born a Woman.
Right.
Okay, boom, that's his next hit. He's on a roll. and then other people started coming in. He got some B.J. Thomas cuts. Big hits with him, helped revive that. Also, I think Neil Diamond came down and did something one time.
Neil Diamond cut a lot of big hits in that studio.
Yeah.
The box tops, the letter.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, box tops was the next one.
Sweet.
Chips didn't produce that. One of his other people produced that. But the sound of the plane taking off was from a sound effects record that was gotten from the Memphis Library over here at that time. Was on Peabody, the main library. They needed sound. Went down to the library, got the record, brought it back. That's the sound you hear. So, but by 69, late 68, early 69,
Correct.
George Klein was saying, you need to come to Memphis. You need
Correct.
blah, 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 blah.
Correct.
Let's go over to Chips. So that's how they got him into American. And, of course, everybody was a little on edge. Chips didn't care. I
Right.
mean, he's the kind of personality, the heck with it, you know.
You know, at that time, Chips was on the top because he had all these hits coming in out of his studio, and he was turning out hits like crazy.
Yeah.
And so when Elvis got there, when they brought the Elvis situation, Chip sat down with Elvis and said, "Hey, we know you're the king, but you've been making some silly music for the last half a dozen years, and we turn out hits here. So if you're going to come in my studio, you're gonna create hits."
Yeah, listen to me, and we'll get you some hits.
Exactly.
And that's what happened.
Exactly what happened.
There was a publishing thing on one of them.
Suspicious Minds.
Chips held his ground and basically told him, said, "You can take the tapes and throw them away. I don't care.
Yeah.
This is the way it's going to be." And
it's a
so
true
they
story.
backed down, and he had hits. It was great.
Well, the publishing situation was with Suspicious Minds because at that time the Colonel was making everybody give half of the songwriting royalties to Elvis Presley music or Gladys music. So and Elvis fought for the song, but out of this American studio sessions came Suspicious Minds, Don't Cry Daddy, Kentucky Rain, In the Ghetto. I can go on and on.
Yeah, it put him back on the map, and that was great. Somebody else had stood their ground, and it kind of cost him a little bit, but he made money in the end. Farron Young.
Yeah.
He wrote a song called Is It So Strange?
Ooh.
Elvis loved it.
I love the song myself.
Oh, it's a wonderful song.
Ooh.
But it sat around, and finally he got around to doing it. Well, they went to Farron and said, "We want, half," and he said, "You." I mean, it was just you. And
like the
so
Jetsons.
Elvis wanted to do it so badly. He said, "We're going to do it."
Ooh,
so to make him pay for it, they put it on an extended play 45. They would not release it as a single.
Yeah. They made Farron Young pay for the fact that he stood his ground.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and you know what? That song is it so strange? I sing it all the time. It's a great song.
Yep.
And
it really is.
Elvis was at his best on that song. He would go in that deep low register, and he would come back into that high falsetto he had in those days.
If you've ever heard the $1 Million Quartet tapes, he does that, a little impromptu version of it.
Yeah,
and it's really great.
It's a great song, no question about it. So those are great stories, Chip Moman, and all the artists that came in those sessions. There was Ronnie Millsap. I think Steve Cropper was at Stax.
Yeah, he was at Stax.
I think he was.
Fun story. They brought Tula Clark in the early '70s to come over there and record, and I got to talk to her 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. She said, "Yeah, in that proper British accent, said I came over here one time, blah blah blah, and worked with a man." And I said, "American." Yes. It was kind of a dump.
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah." She said, "But very good musicians." I said, "Yeah, they were." There's stories that the keyboard player would be playing, and someone like her was in, and they would see this mouse or rat going across the floor, and the female, artist was just going like that, and the keyboard player just reach over his foot, stomp it, and keep the session going.
Hilarious.
Guys, I got to head to Graceland.
Okay, thank you so much for being on the show today. You really made our Elvis show complete today. Alex, I want to get you back on the show like Jerry Osborne, maybe once a month.
All right, well, I'll see if I can dig up some more stories about the area here. It's fun.
Hey, thanks for doing what you do on Sirius. It was fun listening to it on Sunday night.
Oh, well, good. Tune in next Sunday night.
I will.
Very cool.
All righty.
Thanks, Alex.
Actually, it's Saturday night, guys, not Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Saturday night.
All right.
Saturday night, and I just got paid. Thanks, man. Okay, what a great session. We're going to go hear a word from our sponsors, and then we're going to play the Elvis Pick of the Week, which is Such a Night.
Are you ready to party? The Dripped On In Roadhouse is better than ever and back with 2 nightclubs, a DJ upstairs, and live music downstairs. They're open every Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. with music Thursday through Saturday. So swing by. They're located at 16708 on Aurora Avenue North in Shoreline. Check out the entertainment lineup by visiting the Dripped On In Roadhouse on Facebook. That's the Dripped On In.
Life's a celebration. Grand Event Rentals makes your event their top priority. They are your full-service, special event, and party rental provider, supplying everything you need from start to finish. Their professional sales team and event staff work with you to create your dream event. With every event, Grand Event Rentals customers' needs are the most important. Whether you're planning an intimate outdoor wedding or an elaborate black tie gala, the Grand Event Rental specialists make great pride in providing our event planning experience to help create an unforgettable event. Please go and visit the Bellevue showroom, Grand Event Rentals, or make a one-on-one appointment. Talk to them. They're trained, they're knowledgeable, they're event specialists, and they are going to take you through step-by-step everything that you need to make your day a success. Call Grand Event Rentals. Their number's 425-462-7368, or go to grandeventrentalslaw.com.
Attention business owners. Experience a new world of business with barter. The Saturn Barter Company, located in Tacoma, is one of the most beneficial business decisions you can make. Using Saturn Barter, you are able to sell your products or services to other members of the exchange. You can then use that credit you've built up from your sales to purchase the products or services you or your company needs from other companies within Saturn Barter, all without the use of cash. Contact and join Saturn Barter Club today, 253-212-9930, or online at SaturnBarter.com.
Is your vehicle needing some attention? Take it over to Maddie's Tuning and Shoreline for fast, affordable car care. Trusted, professional. Maddie's services all makes and models and has been trusted in the Puget Sound for almost 60 years. Call Brian Maddie at 206-364-3347 or stop by his convenient location in Shoreline right on Aurora at 152nd. Maddie's Tuning. Call 206-364-3347. Trusted for almost 60 years to keep you safe and on the road. It's frustrating when your car won't start or just won't go, or you're locked out of your car and need to be somewhere. All Day Towing will take the frustration out of the situation with 24-hour service 7 days a week. They'll tow your vehicle safely to where it needs to go. Plus, they strive to reach you within 25 minutes of your call. When you need a tow, call All Day Towing at 206-695-2615. or 425-457-7788 for Eastside customers. All Day Towing. We'll be there. We promise.
Brides, do you want your big day to be stress-free, perfect, and stay within your budget? Well, Brides Club has all the inside information to make your dream a reality. Go to bridesclub.com. That's bridesclub.com. See upcoming bridal shows and events, view wedding vendors and special offers. And don't miss The Spotlight, the premier online wedding magazine with valuable articles you can't afford to miss. Brides Club helps make your wedding stress-free and perfect. Go to bridesclub.com. Check out bridesclub.com.
Proud to bring variety to your radio dial. Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls, cats and chicks. You're listening to Viva Ent. I have two co-hosts today with me. I have my co-host, Mr.
Brad Buckles, good afternoon.
That's Mr. Brad, the guru of weddings, Buckles.
Thank you.
And my co-host, Miss
Becca Page. Good afternoon, everybody.
And my excellent producer,
Eric C.C. Ryder.
C.C. Ryder. Okay, Becca, can I hear a little bit of C.C. Ryder?
Oh, my God.
We're putting her on the spot.
She just turned like
She
three
did.
shades redder than her haircut.
C.C. Ryder.
Not bad, huh?
All right.
C.C. Ryder. There you go.
Buckles.
That's no
all you
way. I'm not following that.
You gotta do it.
Nothing.
Come on. Give it to me. C.C. Ryder. You gotta do it from your, like,
Come on,
gut.
Buck. Come on, Bucks.
I'll shake my leg, but I won't sing that.
But they can't see that on the radio.
Baby, I
All
say
right.
C.C.
I'll work on
Ryder.
that. We'll come back to that next week.
Good.
Oh, I have to tell you something real quick.
Sure.
When your little grandson was upstairs in the office yesterday and I was babysitting him,
Johnny's
he had this
grandson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's so cute.
I got
Does he take bribes?
Lots of
Oh, he's
grandkids.
so cute. So
I just wanted to clarify that for the
better.
radio
They
audience.
better.
That's Johnny's grandson, not
That's right.
mine.
yeah, he had a fake gun and he was shooting me, and I said, "Stop shooting me, Eric." And you have that big frame picture of Elvis, and I said, "Shoot Elvis," and he looked at me and he goes, "I can't shoot Elvis," and I said, "Why?" He goes, "Grandpa'd be so mad."
You better believe that, pal.
And then he says, "He plays Elvis all the time."
Oh, yeah. No question about it.
So cute.
So, Becca,
Save those fake shots for the TVs.
Oh, he
Exactly.
was so cute.
How funny is that you'd blow up TV? I never heard that about Elvis.
oh, you know,
Yeah, Alex Ward, sure.
Have you, Brad?
Great
Have you ever
story.
shot a TV?
I have not shot
Okay.
a TV with a gun.
Okay,
I have
have.
ruined a TV with other things, but I have never shot a TV with a gun.
Once you shoot a TV with a gun, I'm from Idaho. Once you shoot a TV with a gun, you will understand. And if it was turned on, I bet it's all that much better.
yeah.
I'd be afraid what the other mile behind the TV set would have to say about the round that I shot through the TV. Nowadays, I don't live in an area where
Yeah,
you have that
true.
kind of space.
Yeah, it's a true story that he would, Elvis was very moody, and he would have temper tantrums quite often, and he would just sit there watching TV, twirling his fingers, and if something came on the TV he didn't like, he'd reach over, grab one of his revolvers, boom, boom, firing out.
Now, was this before remote controls? Because I could see if you couldn't just change the channel.
Oh, I'm sure.
This is before urban living when your
Yeah.
neighbor might be right behind the TV.
Here's
Well, it's Graceland we're talking about.
I understand.
The king, he's got a pretty big spread.
right, and you know what? It's a funny story that, and Brad will appreciate this story, that when the Beatles visited Elvis in Bel Air in 1965,
They did that?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
they
actually
did.
know a little bit of the story.
Yeah, they,
Okay, wait. What was the purpose for them visiting? Was it just a press thing?
they wanted to meet the king.
Really?
They wanted to meet the king, and the king has gone on record a couple times that they would swing by, listen to his latest track, and disappear. None of the meetings were more than about 10 to 15 minutes. Paul McCartney would listen to whatever he had been recording. Elvis would say you could see Paul McCartney's eyes just going in the back of his head, and then they would disappear. It wasn't like they were real social with each other.
Weird.
They would listen to each other's tracks and then off to new recording projects.
Huh.
Yeah, it was almost like it was a setup meeting or something.
I'm damned. What have you say, Johnny?
Well, actually,
Yeah, I knew there was a... Well, actually...
the real story is that Colonel Parker got a call from Brian Epstein, and that the Beatles wanted to meet Elvis. So the Colonel arranged the meeting, and they went over to Elvis's mansion in Bel Air, and they visited with Elvis. And the story is that when Elvis came into the room and the Beatles were there to greet him, that they were so in awe they couldn't keep their eyes off of him. And Elvis said, "Hey, if you guys don't say something, I'm going to go back to bed." And it's a true story. So they had an informal jam session. Elvis played bass. They played "I Feel Fine" and a couple of other tunes. And it was, it was kind of a meeting where the Beatles were really more excited than Elvis was. Elvis was probably not real happy about meeting the Beatles because of the fact that the Beatles had kind of taken over things.
They kind of challenged him, didn't they?
To the max.
Wasn't there a little bit of love-hate relationship between the managers of both groups?
I don't think so, no.
There was no. I remember hearing a rumor about what the manager had quite a bit to say about the Beatles.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I know Brian Epstein reached out to Colonel Parker for advice and help into promoting the concerts.
I don't doubt Brian at all. I just always heard that Colonel Parker wasn't always so genuine in getting back to Brian Epstein.
Probably true. The Colonel was the Colonel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rightly so.
Yeah, no question about it. So anyway, great story. Beatles, Elvis, 1965, Bel Air.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. So and the reason that I going back to what you said, that was the Beatles had said it was the first time they saw a remote control for a TV in 1965.
Oh, it all linked right back together to Eric.
There you go. There you go. It's just like that story I had.
Tied it up like a little Christmas present.
Like
There's the whole circle.
Little circle there. So there you go.
He should have got a custom-made remote or gun-shaped remote, and I think that would have satisfied both urges for the king and saved them a lot of money on TVs.
He should have. Yeah. I don't think he was worried about the money for the TV, though.
Yeah, that's probably not. But, if recording artists shot TVs today, I think that might be a little bit different outcome.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine?
Oh, they would be there. Well, of course, in those days, they didn't have Entertainment Tonight. They didn't have 24-hour news. So
There's so much more to shoot now.
That's true. So many people to channel that anger.
Right.
Can you imagine TMZ?
There you go.
Also, a lot of that dark stuff about entertainers in those days didn't reach the tabloids, other than what's that crazy tabloid, Inquirer.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't really hit the TV news like they would today.
Well, they also respected people's privacy. I mean, everybody, no matter who you are, deserves to have a private life. Nowadays, for some reason, I don't know what it is, everyone's got to know everything. And I kind of, like even watching sports, to get off tangent just a little bit, I hate it when the cameras go right after the players and you see them cussing or swearing or whatever because they blew a play.
Or spitting.
Or whatever it is. And then you always kind of go like, you don't have to zoom in. You can give them a moment.
Give them a little privacy.
Exactly.
They got to shoot. They got to pan over every time the guy scratches, adjusts his cup, and spits.
That's not where I was going, but I guess if you got footage of Elvis spitting and adjusting his cup, then there you go.
Well, you're talking sports guys. Michael Jackson, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. But you get my drift. You got to let everybody have their moment.
There you go.
Well, it's like when you watch the gymnastics and you see the girls that blow their moment, and they got to show them crying, and you're like, come on, let them have their moment.
It was a night. Are we ready for Such a Night?
We're ready for Such a Night.
Such a Night is from the Elvis Is Back album, 1960. It's a great, great recording. He is in fantastic form. The band, the studio band, which I think would be Floyd Kramer, Boots Randolph, Hank Garland. Great, great, great band, great studio band. And they actually let the band take off on the record. Whereas a lot of times the Elvis recordings were kind of a couple of verses, a chorus, a short little solo, a couple verses and a chorus. Now, on this song, they really kind of kick butt on this song. So, Erica, I don't know if you've heard Such a Night, but it was featured in the movie 3,000 Miles from Graceland.
Okay.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, so this will be new to me.
This will be new to you.
Looking forward to it.
Brad, have you heard Such a Night?
I don't believe I have, but I'm going to find out here in a second.
Here you go.
It was a night. Ooh, what a night it was. It really was such a night. The moon was bright. Oh, how bright it was. It really was such a night. The night was alive with stars above. And when she kissed me, I had to fall in love. It was a kiss. Oh, what a kiss it was. It really was such a kiss. Oh, how she could kiss. Oh, what a kiss it was. It really was such a kiss. Just the thought of her lips sets me afire. I reminisce and I'm filled with desire. Well, I gave my heart to her, sweet surrender. How well I remember, I'll always remember night. Came the dawn, and my heart in her love, and the night was gone. But I'll never forget that kiss in the moonlight. Ooh, such a kiss, ooh, such a night. It was a night, ooh, what a night it was, it really was such a night. Came the dawn, and my heart and her love, and the night was gone. But I'll never forget her kiss in the moonlight. How well I remember, I'll always remember. Oh, that night, ooh, what a night it was, it really was such a night. When the kiss, I had to fall in love. Well, I gave my heart to her, sweet surrender. How well I remember, I'll always remember. Oh, that night, ooh, what a night it was, it really was such a night. When the kiss, I had to fall in love. Well, she's gone, yeah, she's gone. Came the dawn, and the night was gone. But before that dawn, yes, before that dawn, yes, before that dawn, ooh, such a
Hear those drums crashing at the end there? Ain't that cool? Okay, so
that's cool.
Such a Night. So what'd you think about Such a Night, Eric?
I like it. Yeah, catchy tune.
Very catchy tune. It's an old rhythm and blues song that was recorded by, I'm not sure who. I think it was the Jules or some group, R&B group, had a minor hit with it. I'm trying to think of that name. But Brad, what'd you think of that song?
I think it's the best part of Elvis. That's the classic.
That's the king.
That's
it was a night.
That's the whole sound right there. And I will admit, as I told you off air, the Beatles couldn't touch that if they had to.
Oh, that's quite a statement coming from you, Mr.
I'm a huge Beatles fan, but Beatles can do other things, but Beatles can't reproduce that classic sound that, I mean, it's the whole package.
Yeah.
So the Drifters, I guess, recorded it originally.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's a redone?
Yeah, Elvis didn't do it first.
Yeah. Lincoln Chase originally wrote it, 53.
Yeah, 1953.
Wow.
And when did the Drifters come out with it? 55-ish?
Let's see, 53 as well.
No kidding.
Yeah, released in 54.
Yeah, so basically it came out in 54.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. That's an amazing statistic. Uh-huh.
Good tune. Good choice.
Very good tune.
Very good song.
And what you were saying about how the band really kind of rips on this one, you could definitely hear it at the end where they have that drum breakdown, and it's not slick at all there. You got this totally slick pop song, and then it ends with this clashing, smashing drums. It's kind of a cool thing that you wouldn't have in a pop song today because people would be like, no,
exactly.
let's chop that out. Let's edit that out, or let's sample some drums that sound professional.
Yeah.
No, there's an energy that comes from that live sound that you just can't beat.
Yeah, I agree. It's really a great record. So now, speaking of Elvis, let's talk about my show tomorrow night at the Drift On Inn Roadhouse, 9:00. Johnny and the Bad Boys doing a tribute to Elvis. No Elvis impersonators. My band is going to be playing our regular stuff, plus a lot of Elvis stuff, too. Rochelle Wright's going to come in and sing with me tomorrow night. Between our breaks, we're going to feature Elvis at his best, tunes like Such a Night.
Yep.
And that type of thing, when Elvis had that great, dynamic sound to his voice and truly earned the title as the King of Rock.
Now, people don't know this that don't know you really well, but you've been playing Elvis songs for how long?
Well, I've been playing Elvis songs since I was 14 years old.
And you've played Vegas, you've played all over the West Coast.
Absolutely.
So it's fair to say you've been playing Elvis songs. You've got a repertoire of Elvis songs for, 40 years?
I would say.
Yeah. I mean, this is not just some like garage band.
No, right. But let's say 25 years.
25 years. Okay.
Just to make me younger.
Whatever you want to do. All I'm trying to say is this is not some show that's just up covering some band somewhere. This is the real deal.
Well, you're going to hear the regular stuff that I perform, some original tunes, and we're going to be playing a lot of Presley. And on our breaks, we're going to feature all Elvis. I am giving away a limousine package tomorrow night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's going to be a big night at the Roadhouse Drift On In Shoreline in Aurora, right next to Club Hollywood. So 2 nightclubs in one, DJ upstairs, I'll be downstairs. You can't beat the package. It's going to be a rock and roll good time. No question about it. Shall we hear a word from our sponsors?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Well, thank you so much.
Keep the money moving.
Keep the money rolling.
Life's a celebration. Grand Event Rentals makes your event their top priority. They're your full-service, special event, and party rental provider, supplying everything you need from start to finish. Their professional sales team and event staff work with you to create your dream event. With every event, Grand Event Rentals customers' needs are the most important. Whether you're planning an intimate outdoor wedding or an elaborate black tie gala, the Grand Event Rentals specialists make great pride in providing our event planning experience to help create an unforgettable event. Please go and visit the Bellevue showroom, Grand Event Rentals, or make a one-on-one appointment. Talk to them. They're trained, they're knowledgeable, they're event specialists, and they are going to take you through step-by-step everything that you need to make your day a success. Call Grand Event Rentals. Their number's 425-462-7368, or go to grandeventrentalslaw.com.
Are you ready to party? The Drift On In Roadhouse is better than ever and back with 2 nightclubs, a DJ upstairs, and live music downstairs. They're open every Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. with music Thursday through Saturday. So swing by. They're located at 16708 on Aurora Avenue North in Shoreline. Check out the entertainment lineup by visiting the Drift On In Roadhouse on Facebook. That's the Drift On In. Is your vehicle needing some attention? Take it over to Maddie's Tuning in Shoreline for fast, affordable car care. Trusted, professional. Maddie's services all makes and models and has been trusted in the Puget Sound for almost 60 years. Call Brian Maddie at 206-364-3347 or stop by his convenient location in Shoreline right on Aurora at 152nd. Maddie's Tuning. Call 206-364-3347. Trusted for almost 60 years to keep you safe and on the road.
Attention business owners. Experience a new world of business with barter. The Saturn Barter Company, located in Tacoma, is one of the most beneficial business decisions you can make. Using Saturn Barter, you are able to sell your products or services to other members of the exchange. You can then use that credit you've built up from your sales to purchase the products or services you or your company needs from other companies within Saturn Barter, all without the use of cash. Contact and join Saturn Barter Club today, 253-212-9930, or online at SaturnBarter.com. Brides, do you want your big day to be stress-free, perfect, and stay within your budget? Well, Brides Club has all the inside information to make your dream a reality. Go to bridesclub.com. That's bridesclub.com. See upcoming bridal shows and events, view wedding vendors and special offers. And don't miss The Spotlight, the premier online wedding magazine with valuable articles you can't afford to miss. Brides Club helps make your wedding stress-free and perfect. Go to bridesclub.com. Check out bridesclub.com.
Don't touch that dial. You might miss something life-changing. Alternative Talk, 1150 a.m.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Viva Ent. This is Johnny the Capo. I have Brad and Becca and Eric in the studio here with me today. We're having a fun show talking about Elvis and stuff like that. But right now, Brad, I want to talk about Wedding Expo September.
Boy, we are 1 month away from discount tickets and 120 to 150 vendors at the Tacoma Dome. We have got a beautiful live show for brides that are looking to plan events.
Cool.
weddings, anniversaries, you name it. I mean, we have got 25 years this year of wedding shows.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, 25th anniversary.
That's incredible.
Yeah, brides just don't realize until they've been to a show how much information they can get and glean from just going booth to booth and talking to people. Mm-hmm. It's window shopping at its best. Mm-hmm. And we have discount tickets on air right now over at bridesclub.com. You just click it on and buy 3 tickets for the price of 2.
Cool.
They're live. They will not last, but they're live right now.
Well, the Tacoma show is the first one.
Yep, we got that on the 12th and 13th, weekend after Labor Day.
And then we're going to the...
going to Xfinity Arena up in Everett.
That's right.
And then down to the Bellevue Maidenbower.
Great. That's going to be a great show.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That's going to be a fun show. And, pound for pound, Becka, I think when you're working that wedding booth, I think that you, when you work the booth, are really dynamic as far as talking to people and educating people about what's going on.
Sure, it's fun.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
You mean Becca's a people person?
Oh, she is, to the max. Mm-hmm.
Just
but
a
it's
little
fun,
bit.
just to ask them, like, where are you going to, how are you in your planning? What are you doing? And they just look at you like, I don't know what to do. I'm like,
well, guess what?
Well, let's help you. I get calls, Brad, in the office, I get calls all day from brides, all my brides. They call me for anything. Like, they feel like they're stressing out, or, like the group, her fiance's brother's being a turd, and they don't know whether to invite him or not, or any little question or any stress. They all call me just to try to, get some advice. And I just always tell them the same thing. Just calm down. You hire the right people. We're all going to show up and do our jobs. Just enjoy your day. That's all you have to do. Run through her vendor list. Tell her what everybody's going to do. The only thing you need to do is get dressed and be pretty. And,
and have fun.
True. Yeah.
And hire people that are going to help you. Now, I think
But Brad doesn't let people in the booth that he knows aren't going to help you. Like, everyone there at his shows are all professionals in the industry and love what they do.
Oh, of course.
That's the cool thing about it.
That's
Everybody wants to be there.
That's the one thing that's been a lot of fun about the shows over the years is that the shows have a tendency to attract businesses that really enjoy the service industry.
Correct.
So you don't get a lot of people that are like, I don't know, I can't help you. You get a lot of people that'll go outside their service, whether it be photography, DJ, or hotels or catering. But you'll find other people that'll literally say, here, let me introduce you, and they'll walk you down and show you something.
Yeah. I believe me, once the person trusts me, I will go out of my way to make sure that they're taken care of. Rain, shine, sleet, or snow.
Well, we're in the service industry more than anything else.
Too, about the wedding expos is now they talk to you and they've got their DJ. So they're like, well, who do you think's a good wedding planner? Who do you think's a good florist? Who's a good caterer? And so then I have the opportunity to take them around right there at the show and introduce them face to face with all these people that I love. And then the cool thing is when you go to the wedding, you're working with all your friends and family and colleagues, and you make it really special when everybody you work with has all worked as part of a team before over and over. It's amazing. So the expos are definitely not to be missed. I mean, I'd say, Johnny, and I just put this actually on Brad's post, I'd say we book probably 70% of our weddings from expos.
I'm going to say 85%.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's our bread and butter.
Yeah, I book 100% from the wedding shows.
I'll be damned.
Well, the other 15% would be, or 15 to 20% would be from venues that we're on the preferred list and refer us. But the fact of the matter is, even though that's a great avenue, the people haven't actually met you.
Right.
So when you're at that wedding expo, you're looking at them eye to eye, face to face. It's a strong relationship when they meet you, have a face to relate to, trust you. And once they trust you, once they trust me, I'm going to go down, to my bended knee to make sure they're happy.
And that's the thing that brides don't realize before they go to the show. I get this, should I come? Should I not? Is it worth my time?
Are you kidding?
They don't realize that the opportunity to shop face to face, to go window shop through everything that you could hire for your day is valuable. On the other side, vendors call us all the time, various new companies, and say, well, I just don't know if it's not any different than like a big networking event. And I go, it is a networking event.
Please.
You said this a year ago. Where else are you going to go and find that many people about one theme anywhere in the Puget Sound.
Especially in September.
You're not gonna. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get a chance to meet all those professionals or all those brides, and like Becca said, you talk to all these friends of yours, it's the greatest convention in the world.
Absolutely.
By far.
And it's crazy, too, how many people you do meet, because I've done, believe it or not, Brett, I've done close to 40 shows now. Oh, my God. I can't go anywhere without someone like recognizing me now. Oh my gosh, Beck, I saw you at an expo. So it's like, I can't just leave the house in my sweats and no makeup anymore because that's right when you're going to run into somebody. But it's really cool because you do meet an amazing portion of Puget Sound at these shows too.
Oh, it's a lot of people. We figured it was about a month and a half ago. We figured that we've had 125,000 brides go through the shows.
Oh yeah,
that's just here in the Puget Sound. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's incredible.
That's more than incredible.
A lot of brides.
More than incredible.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, I have a post on my Facebook page. Somebody took a photo and put a caption on there that I can't believe after all these years I get paid doing something that I enjoy so much.
Yeah.
And that's really how I feel. Like, I can't believe I've been able to do this for 25 years.
Yeah. You could be working another type of job or something. There's a lot of benefit and there's a lot of personal gratification being in the service industry, helping people. It makes you feel good when you help people and you do a good job.
It's a lot of fun. I consider it a huge plus. So you go to bridesclub.com, you look up those discount tickets, you pick which show you want to go. And,
correct. Go to all of them.
Well, you can go to all of them. Mm-hmm. It is interesting, too, how much the different shows have things in common, but how much the Bellevue show is different than the Everett show.
Correct.
It's worth going to see them all.
Absolutely. I know one thing, we'll be there. Mm-hmm. There ain't no question about it.
So, I'll be there.
So, Becca, do you have anything to say on the recap on the wedding expos?
I'm super stoked. So all I've seen this year, I swear to God, all I have seen for colors this year is navy blue and gold. Is that going to change anytime soon? Not saying it's nice, but are you seeing a change in that trend yet?
A lot of silver. I still see a lot of silver.
I like silver, blue, and gold.
Well, yellow gold is coming back. All the platinum and the silver and all that's been popular for the last several years is starting to fade now to yellow gold, kind of making its way come back. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But royal blue and dark blue and silver or gold is still very classic.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
It's British Army colors.
Yep. Well, I give me silver, blue, and gold.
I want to see some greens.
The color of the sky, I'm
greens.
told.
Lots of green. I haven't seen green yet.
Green it's probably been 10 years since green was out there.
It's been a while.
There's been a little pastels lately. There's been a little mints. But
green. The
green.
Tacoma NACE meeting next week, Ty over at Pacific Grill, she's decorating everything in a really vibrant lime green.
Cool.
Lime green has been
cute.
around.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking a little bit darker than that.
Hey, that's even better. Are we running out of time, Johnny?
No, we got like
2
minutes. One more minute.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. So, Brad, give those dates of the Tacoma wedding of the wedding expos. Pardon me.
So we've got September 12th and 13th at the Tacoma Dome, followed up by September 19th and 20th at the Xfinity Everett Arena, and then on the 27th we've got the Bellevue Wedding Expo at the Maidenbower.
Fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please come to my show tomorrow night at the Drift On Inn in Shoreline, a tribute to Elvis. No Elvis impersonators, just Elvis music and paying tribute to the King. So
to conclude Elvis Week,
I got Rochelle right there. Will be singing with me tomorrow night. My band, the Bad Boys, and the Drift On Inn downstairs, all remodeled. Great nightclub, 2 nightclubs in one. The Drift On Inn Roadhouse, a night with the King, with Johnny and the Bad Boys. Come one, come all,
everyone,
and come everybody.
Thank you very much.
And not only that, I'm giving away a limousine ride for goodness sakes.
Come take advantage.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll dig you now and see you later because you are a fine
sweet potato,
brother.
Sweet potato.
Susie, right up. Bye, everybody. See you next week.